We've been seeing a ton of leaks for the Pixel 10 series over the past few weeks, but we just saw a massive leak that gives away pretty much everything that you would want to know about the series. This comes from reliable leaker Evan Blass, who you've probably heard of before if you follow the Android tech world at all, and he dishes out pretty much everything. So I'm going to jump right into it here. This is the post that Evan posted on X, and he very cutely just says Pixel drop. Very brief and to the point here. So there's a lot of stuff here that you may have already seen, but if you're somebody who hasn't been following the Pixel leaks, we're going to cover everything real quick. So this is the main number of items that we expect to see at Made by Google on August 20th. A phone, a smartwatch, and some earbuds. The phone is obviously the Pixel 10, the watch is the Pixel Watch 4, and the brand new earbuds we're expecting are in the A series, so the Pixel Buds Pixel Buds 2A. So less expensive, probably in the $100 range, but we're also expecting a new color for the Pixel Buds Pro 2. And so I'm not sure which model is here in this image. It's probably the Pixel Buds Pro 2. But yeah, it's probably going to come in this new color. This new color, the flagship color of the series is called Moonstone. So it's this nice sort of light gray. I like this. This is probably what I'm going to get when I buy these things. Okay, and then we have the full lineup of the Pixel 10 series here, showing the Pixel 10, which you'll see has a triple rear camera system. Very interesting. The first time that a vanilla model has had a triple camera system. So really cool that we're going to finally get a telephoto sensor on a Pixel 10, not Pro model. And then we have the Pixel 10 Pro, which is probably going to have the same camera hardware, a lot of the same specs as the Pixel 9 Pro, the Pixel 10 Pro XL, bigger version of the Pro, and then the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. So yeah, this is the full lineup. I think this looks great. Some people could probably argue that it's unfortunate that Google is leaving the designs a little untouched this year, but considering that over the past 4 years, Google has either dramatically or significantly changed the designs of the Pixel lineup every year for 4 years straight, I think it's earned a year off. So I'm okay with this. So yeah, let's move on. We're going to get into the Pixel 10 Pro Fold specs here. So this is the phone, and then we have some specs. So right off the bat, 6.4-inch display on the outside, 8-inch display on the inside. Very cool. The Google Tensor G5 chip, no surprises there. We've been talking about Tensor G5 for 6 months now. It's been a long time, so no surprise, Tensor G5 is coming in all the Pixel 10 phones. It talks about the hinge and the cover. This is really interesting. Advanced triple rear camera system. Note that it doesn't tell you any megapixels, doesn't tell you which cameras they are, or whether it's telephoto or ultra wide. It just says advanced triple rear camera system. Google did the same thing with the Pixel 9 series. The Pro Fold did not have any listings of what the camera system was because Google was trying to hide the fact that the Pro level camera system in the Pro Fold was weaker than the camera system that was in the 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL. So looks like Google is repeating that strategy this year by hiding those specs. So yeah, up to 72-hour battery life, of course, only with Extreme Battery Saver. You're definitely not going to get 72 hours of battery life without Extreme Battery Saver turned on. All right, moving on to the Pixel 10 Pro, the smaller version. So we've got some specs here. We have a 6.3-inch display. The Pro XL is going to up that to 6.8-inch. No changes here, basically the same as we saw on the 9 series. Tensor G5, once again, no surprises there. Pro triple rear camera system. Note that Google is giving us the more information about this camera system than it did for the 10 Pro Fold. Classic Google. 50 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel ultra wide with macro focus, and ProRes zoom up to 100x. This is really interesting because the previous model, the 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL, only went to 30x. And we're not expecting a hardware boost this year. In other words, we're expecting the lenses, the bulk of the camera sensor to be the same on the 10 Pro as we saw on the 9 Pro. But we are expecting some tweaks to the telephoto lens, which is probably why we're able to have 100x zoom instead of 30x. Granted, it's still going to just be digital crop, just like Samsung does with its space zoom for the Galaxy phones. It's just going to be digital. It's probably going to be enhanced with AI. It's not going to actually be optical 100x, but it's probably going to be a little bit better than the 9 Pro, so that's good. 8K video recording at 24 and 30 frames per second, asterisk powered by Video Boost. That means it's going to be the same situation as the 9 Pro series, where you could record footage in 4K, upload it to Google servers, and then Google would use AI to upscale that to 8K. So you're not natively going to be able to shoot 8K on the phone. You're going to shoot in 8K in 4K, and then it's going to upscale it by you uploading it with an internet connection. So it doesn't look like you're going to have native 8K like you would if you had a Snapdragon processor inside. So unfortunate. Up to 100-hour battery life with Extreme Battery Saver. Once again, you're not going to get that with a regular setting of the battery. Here we are with the Pixel 10, looking really cool. I like this color, this bold blue, very nice, kind of neon, kind of synth wavy, dig it. 6.3-inch actual display, same size as the Pixel 10 Pro, Tensor G5, once again. Advanced triple rear camera system, 48 megapixel wide, 13 megapixel ultra wide, and super res zoom up to 20x. So note that the 48 megapixel wide is lower than what we saw on the Pro model. So what's happened here is that Google has brought in a telephoto lens, but it is weaker than the telephoto lens on the Pro models. It has also weakened the main camera sensor by dropping it down in quality a little bit from 50 to 48, and then the ultra wide is also weaker. So you're getting a triple camera system on the vanilla Pixel 10, but it is all across the board not going to be as good as what you get on the Pros. So a little unfortunate. If you'll remember the 9 series, the Pixel 9 had the same main sensor. So you still got that great main sensor that you got on the Pro models. It's just that the other the ultra wide wasn't as good. Now everything is dropped down a notch, but in trade-off you get that telephoto lens. So I don't know how you feel about this. Jump down in the comments and let me know if you think that this is a good idea or bad idea, but that's what Google seems to be doing here. 4K video recording, there is no option to upscale on the Pixel 10. You have to have a Pro model if you want to be able to upload your 4K footage and get it back at 8K, and up to 100-hour battery life with, once again, Extreme Battery Saver. So yeah, this is a nice picture we have here of the silicone case. This is a classic. Google has released this pretty much same case for a long, long time with all of its pixels, and this matches that new Moonstone color. Looks really nice, I like that. And then this is the exciting thing. So here we have the Pixel 10 with what appears to be a magnetic charging accessory attached to it. This seems to answer the question of whether or not Qi 2 on the Pixel 10 series would have the built-in magnets. This looks like that is going to be the case. So if this is accurate, what we can expect is we can expect the Pixel 10 series to have the same magnetic charging system that we see on iPhones. So you'll be able to snap things to the back, whether that's a charger or a wallet or a kickstand or whatever, directly to the back of the phone. You won't need a special case. You won't need to buy a third-party case to make it work. You'll just be able to snap it onto the back of the phone directly. So very exciting. This is something that Pixel fans like me have wanted for a really, really long time. So, so I think that everyone's going to be very, very excited about this leak. Big news here. So yeah, this is not only big news for Pixel fans, but remember, this is big news for Android in general. There's only one other phone that has the Qi 2 magnets built into it, and that comes from HMD. So yeah, the Skyline. So that phone is, you know, not very popular from a not very popular brand, not super easy to get. So the fact that Google is doing this makes it the first major Android manufacturer to offer this technology. Once again, if this actually proves to be legit. So, so yeah, don't count your chickens yet, because, you know, anything can be proven to be false later on. But this is very exciting just from looking at it. We have some buds here, and then we have, you know, buds in this woman's ear here. And then we have the 2 sizes of the Pixel Watch 4. No surprises here. The design looks very similar to what we've seen before. You know, you have the smaller version and then the larger version, so you can decide which one you think works best on your wrist. Obviously, the larger version is going to get you better battery life, maybe some new sensors this year, Same processor, we're expecting the same chip to be inside as what's inside the Pixel Watch 3, but there could be some cool hardware upgrades that we just can't see from these renders or from spec sheets. So, continue to maybe be excited about this. We'll have to wait and see about that. And then this just represents that you can, go jogging in the rain with this watch if that's something that you want to do. Anyway, that is everything that Ev leaked in this massive X post. And honestly, all really cool. I think that the Made by Google event is sizing up to be really exciting. But the most exciting thing is probably the idea that it's possible that the Pixel 10 series could have magnetic wireless charging. I'm, just super excited about that. It's going to be a game changer for so many Android fans to be able to have this kind of technology. Snapping it onto wireless chargers by your bedside, snapping it onto a mount when you're riding your bicycle or in your car, snapping on a wallet when you want to go out for the night but don't want to take your wallet with you. You just snap a wallet on the back of the phone. So many things that we can do with this technology that iPhone users have been using for a few years now, but now we get our shot, so I'm really excited about that. Anyway, jump down in the comments and let me know what you think about this leak. Are you thinking about buying one of these Pixel 10 Pro phones or Pixel 10 or earbuds or smartwatch or anything like that? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.